All right. Thank you for letting you reminding me. That was, I think my alarm didn't go on, I think.
Initially.
All, all right. So basically what we've done so far is we've spun up an RDS in the last session, right? So go to databases and then, oh, mine's already on, by the way. Okay. All right. So if you have not, it's not on, then you can just turn it on. Okay. That's the first thing. And we did spin up an RDS database because that's where our data will go, because in a data mart, the data analyst will connect with a mart to do their analysis. And then we created a SNS topic, and we also had a subscription with our email, right? So if a job fails, the support team will get an email, right? And we also created a secret in the secrets manager because we want to not hard code the credentials in the Lambda.
Sachin, actually, the meeting is being recorded. That pop-up is still coming. Actually, can you please
It
in
is being
the?
recorded. It is being recorded. It will just probably, you have to only say yes to it. It
Okay,
is being
sorry, sorry.
recorded.
I thought like it's in your screen. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Okay, no issue. All right. And then, yeah, we didn't see this yesterday, right? After storing this secret, we know this is how it looks like, right? It has everything. It has the username, password, engine, host name, everything, right? So we have host name here. You might probably ask me, why did we even actually go with the parameter store, right? We created a parameter store where we stored the host name. So this got created here because we chose a RDS system. But if what if you had another database, such as the which is not a AWS native, such as Teradata on AWS, or let's say Netezza on AWS, or anything else. In that case, you would have just used a regular secret. You had multiple secrets type here, right? So in that case, it would not have stored those host names, everything for you in the secret itself, and that's why we used a parameter store, right? If we do a store now secret here, we have other here, right? For other database. So if you go with this, here you provide all of that, right? You have some if you go with, say, let's say PostgreSQL or SQL Server, it may not probably be able to store all the host name, everything, right? Hope you get the point. Only for RDS, it was able to store, the host name, the port, all of that. Okay. And then we also stored the support team email, just so that, we use that in the code, right? And then we use the dbeaver to create the table. And we saw that we were not able to connect, and so we had to open the ports in the security group, um, right? So that we did that as well, right?
So, parameter store is only for the AWS native databases.
Yeah, so it could be anything, right? I mean, there is really no restriction. Parameter store, you can use it for storing any kind of parameter. Um, in this case, we are using host name. But if you could literally think of any other use case too, you can think of, we talked about swim lanes yesterday. You can think of databases or environments or whatever, right?
So, what
It's
do you
Hmm?
use it actually in real time? Which
we
is
we yeah, we use for host name, yeah, absolutely, host name, yeah.
no, no. I'm saying which configuration you use, like parameter store or secret manager.
We use
Which one?
parameter store, yeah, parameter store. As a standard, we use parameter store.
Okay. Is there any reason or just
No,
like that?
just to have standards. In every organization will have standard, right? I mean, we just told
Okay.
it, yeah, yeah. Like you have naming standards, you'll have patterns of usage, as I said in my record class. You'll have patterns designed, defined by your architecture team. You got to follow the patterns, right? That's how it is. Yeah. And yeah, and then yeah, we had a table here. Yes, one table we had, right? I mean, so again, we'll talk about how to expand this later. Okay. And then we had a bucket, and then we had folders underneath, right? Uh, Now you also uploaded a file, right? I hope you have the file now. You uploaded the file. If not, let me know. I can. Yeah, thank you, Shekhar, for that. Yes, that's a very good link. All right, if you have the file, all of you have the file.
Sachin, if you don't mind, can you share the file?
Okay. Yeah, I will just share the file right here. Okay. within chat itself. Yeah. Now, okay. So we discussed what layers are, right? We didn't do any hands-on. So let's do the hands-on right now. Okay. Um, See, layers we mentioned talked about yesterday. These are your packages for Lambda Python code to be able to use pandas or SQL Alchemy or PyMySQL to connect to RDS. You have to provide the package to the Lambda, right? On your on-prem, you will just do pip install, right? If you have installed Python on your laptop, you do pip install, right? When you do pip install, pip is your package. I think it's a package installer. It goes to your Python package index, right? And gets the gets the package, right? And installs on your laptop, right? So let's do that now, at least for one of them, so that you're used to it. So what I would suggest is install Git Bash. If you don't have Git Bash yet, so go ahead and install Git Bash now. Because we'll also be creating a shell script. We'll do end-to-end project where we'll use a shell script to upload a file to S3. So Git Bash. So download Git Bash, with the help of which you can actually create shell scripts. And where is Git Bash? Yeah. So go to this link and download Git Bash. Okay.
I guess most people has downloaded Git Bash in the very first session to connect it to CO.
Okay. All right. Anybody who's still waiting, let me know. Okay. All right. So we have the Git Bash now, I believe. Okay. That's one. Now, what I would suggest, okay, I'm going to give you these commands here. Okay. So go to your, let's say, Windows, wherever you are. So I'm here. I'm going to be here right now. So, all right. So I'm going to go to, let's say, create a folder on your Windows. Yeah. I hope you have installed Python. You need to have Python, by the way. Okay. So I hope you have Python. So let me just close this. And open your Git Bash here. Okay. So you can use your Linux like commands with the help of Git Bash. Okay. All right. It is empty here. And these are the commands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer for SQL Alchemy. So I'm going to create a directory here. So I'm going to just copy these things and give it to you. Okay. All right. We'll create a folder. All right. And then we'll get inside that. Okay. And then we will do a pip install. We'll do this. We'll try to install the library called SQL Alchemy into this directory. Okay, within this right here. Let me remove it. So your question could be whether do you do it yourself as a data engineer? It depends. It depends on the organization. You might do this yourself if you don't have a package don't have a layer that you can use. Or generally what happens is, if you're working for a large organization, you will already have a lot of packages downloaded, the layers created, all of that. And then they would have uploaded the layers into an account, and they would have made the layers, available to all the accounts. So you're able to directly reference them, right? So you get the point, right? Like a centralized repository of layers.
Sachin, can you ping that command, the one you installed, pip install?
Yeah, I just did again. Okay. Okay. So you might do this, and there is another way of creating the layers as well. This is one of the ways I'm telling you, which is an easy way. But there is another way as well. But if we just know one way, it is good enough. All right. So what would happen now? It was able to install the SQL Alchemy right in this folder. So if I go inside this, so I have everything. Then all the it just came in here. All right. All of this came in here. And as I said in the one of the record sessions, right? SQL Alchemy depends on Greenlet. So even Greenlet got installed. Okay. I mean, Python packages are dependent on each other. So again, if anybody is not savvy to Python or have any questions, do not hesitate. Ask. There are Python experts here in the group. They can answer. If I don't know, or I can also help. So, by the way, I mean,
I
anything
am
else?
getting error pip command not found. I have a Python with me. I mean, Python is there, but bash pip command not found.
Pip didn't work, is it?
Yeah,
Have you installed Anaconda or have you installed regular Python?
I think regular Python is there with me. It was long back.
Okay. Don't
Python.
worry about that. If it doesn't work, I'll share the code directly. Okay. Yeah. So Arindam is saying something here. You need to add Python path variable. Yeah, as I said, there are some Python experts here.
Environmental variable file. Let me see. Actually, I added the path. I remember because when I was playing with ID, I didn't add it. But let me see. Environment file.
Yeah,
Okay.
Neha, actually, if you just try to add the script path to the corresponding, environment variable path or system, and also system variable path.
System variable. Let me see.
As people are saying, just do this, Python version if you can.
Okay.
See if it is able to actually show the version.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have installed Anaconda. I'm not sure if people work or not. So that is something you have to check. So I'll also make a note of that. Okay. All right. So for others, are you able to do it? Are you good? And Neha, don't worry. I mean, if you're not able to do it, I'll share with you the direct downloaded one itself, so you can create it. Okay.
I'm able to.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Good. So let's go ahead. So you get the point, right? We have downloaded the package itself on our local now, and we're going to zip it now. What are we going to do now? So we are going to go to build directory. We'll go back to the build right here, and we'll zip it. We'll go at the Python. We'll zip it. And if you look at YouTube, you'll find very few videos of layers being created. This is slightly common. Even if for me it took some time to really figure it out, and this was the easiest way I could find doing this. Okay, so you have a Python here, all right? So this you will upload now. Okay, I'm going to share this with you guys. Okay, let me do that. In fact, let me go. I'll share the known ones I have so that I have no issues with them. So the first one I'm going to share with you is for PyMySQL. Now let me just do it for SQL Alchemy so that you don't get confused. Let me just do that. Oh, what just happened? So do the Python one, okay? I'm going to share it with you right away. So you have got it now. This one is for your SQL Alchemy, okay? I'll share one for PyMySQL now. Or you can do it the same thing if you want to do it yourself, or you can just directly use what I'm trying to do here.
So what I have to do now?
So where exactly are you now? What part are you? Where exactly are you right now? What phase? Like what part?
I tried googling the Python, but I didn't find anything right now. So
Okay,
Yeah,
download the
Python.
download the zip file I gave you right now. And that one is for SQL Alchemy. Okay, just put that in a folder called as SQL Alchemy.
Okay.
And the next one I'll share with you is going to be for PyMySQL. Okay, to connect to RDS MySQL.
Both I have to put it in layers.
Yeah, we'll have two separate layers. Separate layers.
Okay.
So Shrivani, you're unable to copy the commands. Is that the case with everybody else?
Yes, we are not able to copy.
Okay, no problem. I'll do one thing. I'll just share this right here.
Hey Sachin, I have the meeting instance open on both the Zoom and the web version. So we can't copy on the web version, but we can on the Zoom software. So if folks can install the Zoom software on their desktop or their computers, they should be able to copy the chat.
Thank you, Farhan. Are you guys on? Yeah, just see if you have a Zoom software installed, by the way. If not, I'll share with you right here so you can always use this.
So the Sachin, so the second you pinged it is MySQL related, right? In the chat.
Can you please speak louder?
Yeah, I think like that the second Python zip post it is from MySQL, right?
Yeah, second one is for PyMySQL. First one is for SQL Alchemy.
Yes, I was okay.
Your voice is getting muffled, breaking actually. I'm not able to hear. Sorry about that.
No, I got it.
Okay.
No, Sachin, can you repeat it where to do what? Like first Python zip is where?
I shared in the chat.
Yeah. You shared two zip files. First Python zip and second also you shared Python zip.
Yes, both. Yeah, correct. The name is Python. That is true. But the first one is for SQL Alchemy. The second one is for PyMySQL. Okay.
Okay, just
Just
a
put
second.
them in the respective folders in your, so that you're able to differentiate well.
First one goes to my.
No. First one goes to SQL Alchemy.
Okay. First one goes to SQL Alchemy. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, good. Now let's go to Lambda now. Okay. Okay. So this is a Lambda console, as I told you. So you have to go to layers. Okay. These are all your functions here. By the way, creating a function doesn't cost you anything. Don't need to delete that. You can just have as many as you want. But there's a limit on storage, I guess. But uh, just having a function doesn't cost you. Okay. Don't worry about that. Only when you run, you'll get charged. But again, you'll have free tire, so don't worry about that. All right. So I have multiple layers. So I'm going to give you the names also. So follow the same name that I'm going to give you. So, and follow this exact. Yeah, this is a name here, and then runtime, Python runtime, and architecture. Okay. I'll give you these.
Sachin?
Yeah.
Sorry. Once we download, once we have this zip files, what should we do?
Please speak louder a bit.
I have got these two zip files. What should we do later?
Okay. Yeah.
Basically,
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you now. Here a zip file now, right? So we got to create the layers now on Lambda. Okay. But just make a note of these things. Okay. That's all. So yeah, Srivani, I'm going to share the document with you right now. Okay. Right here. So hold on. Let me share this one. Okay, I'm not able to. It's in use currently. So let me share the PDF. This I cannot share. It's not allowing me to share currently. Okay. And guys, if you are asking me questions, I'm not answering you because your chats are on my other monitor, so I may not see it. So stop and ask me. Okay. All right. So now we have the zip file. So we're going to go to Lambda now and go to layers, and we'll get a layer now. we'll get two layers, one for PyMySQL and one for SQL Alchemy. So we'll create the SQL Alchemy first. SQL Alchemy. I think I already have that layer. Let me delete that. Okay, I'm gonna create a layer. Initialize. So
In one question.
Mhm.
So the folder which you created, SQL Alchemy, inside that again the Python folder will be there.
Yeah. So what? No. Yes. No, not required because I gave you directly the entire zip itself. But if you were to create this yourself on your system, you would do this. You would create a folder called as SQL Alchemy. Go inside that, and then you do pip install, and you use this option -t, which will create the folders for you in this format. Build underscore under build, you have Python, under Python, you have library, under you have this particular structure. Inside this, you'll have all the actual files. So at this level is where you zip the files. And that is what I've given to you.
So what I have to do now directly? I'm getting confused.
No, right now you could not do all of this, right? I gave you the zip file directly, right? All you should now do is create this and upload a zip file.
Okay.
So go to where was it? So this one is
For Alchemy, it's a first zip file. For MySQL is the second zip file, I believe. Correct?
yes. Yeah. Okay. So you can also do it in through S3 also, but again, it doesn't matter. I mean, what will happen in the organizations is that they'll store all these in a particular bucket, reference bucket, where they'll store all these packages and then they'll do it. But we'll just do it this way. Okay. And choose up this properly. This
Sachin, one question.
Huh?
In build, we have Python folder, right? The same has to be zipped.
Yeah, that's right.
The same folder has to be zipped.
Yes.
So, Sachin, so this build has to be zipped, correct?
No, the Python
Or
should be zipped. Go inside the build and then Python has to be zipped. Python.
okay, just a second. Python lib Python 3.10 site packages. No, I don't see that one. Am I doing something wrong? Can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it is saying that it is disabled.
Okay. Can you tell me what's happening? At least I can tell you. So what are you trying to do right now? Trying to create the package, zip it now, or trying to just upload the file that I've given you?
I am trying to upload the file directly, but I have a question that's in SQL Alchemy. I have a Python. Inside that, I have a library and then Python 3.10.
Yeah.
So, which one to zip? Python 3.10
No, add
or
Python.
library?
Inside the build, you have Python. Zip it at Python. Right here.
Inside the... Okay.
Right? No, you okay. Hold on. Neha, you don't need to zip anything. I've already zipped and given it to you. That's it. Don't do anything else. Just use this. Whatever I've given it to you, just use it, okay? Just upload that. And use the compatible architecture as x84. Very important, okay? And choose 3.10 because I tested multiple times and this is the one that this combination worked fine. So that's why I'm telling you choose this one. Otherwise, we may have issues. Okay. All right. All good. If all good, type AG and then create. Okay. All right. This is getting created now. So this is getting created now. We'll create PyMySQL now. Okay, good. Now we have one, right? Now let's go and create another one for PyMySQL. Now the question you may probably have is, how do I even know that I got to use this, right? Exact packages to connect to RDS. It's pretty simple. Just go to ChatGPT and ask what packages I need to connect to RDS, and it will tell you exactly. So create layer, and you also get to know with your experience also, right? So for example, SQL Alchemy is a pretty standard one that we use to connect to any database. So that is by experience, and PyMySQL I had to use ChatGPT to know. Okay. So again, use the same ones and then upload the zip file I gave you. All right. Choose the x86 64 runtime as 3.10. Okay. Very important, these two. Don't skip this part. These are optional, but don't skip this part. It may work, but again, I don't want to take a risk right now. Okay, so we have the layers now. All right. Good. So we have everything ready now. Now we will also need pandas, right? Also pandas, correct? So I have not created pandas here. Why? Because panda, so I'll have to do it myself. Something changed. Once again, the mic changed. Hope the voice is clear.
Can you repeat what you said about the pandas?
So pandas is pretty popular, and AWS itself provides me the pandas package. And that's why I don't really have to. One second, hold on, please. I'm trying to select the mic properly. Yeah, yeah. So AWS provides me the pandas layer, so I don't have to create my own layer. Okay. All right. So that's it. Now let's go and get the Lambda now. Oh, before that, we got to create a role, right? See, every service in AWS needs permission, right? So Lambda, if you're going to build a Lambda to read for an S3 and load to RDS, and something goes wrong, we then send a message to SNS. We also read from secrets manager from SSM parameter store. So all of these permissions are required for Lambda to do this, right? So we got to create a role for that. Again, role you would not create yourself, but it's going to be a cloud engineering function. So in your real time, you will be told what role to use. Okay. If you don't have a role for your team, you will request a cloud engineering team, and then they will create one for you. You will tell them what permissions you need, and they'll do it for you. Okay. So let's do it fun for now ourselves. So we'll go to IAM. IAM is where we create the roles, right? I mean, IAM, we in the first section, I believe, or second section, we talked about users, groups, policies. We briefly talked about the roles as well. Roles are what the services use to connect to different to basically to work on AWS, right? So you have roles here. So let's click on roles. Okay. I'm going to create V4. Okay. Create a role. Yeah. So here choose AWS service. There are multiple options here. Just choose AWS service, the first one, default one, and choose a use case as Lambda. Okay. Okay. AWS service, use case as Lambda. Do a next. And here it's going to ask you what permissions you want to give it to it, right? So you're going to search S3. You will add S3. See, I'm adding full access here. In the real world, you'll never have full access. S3, SNS. I'm going to add RDS. RDS, there are multiple here. So go for RDS full access. But you also have RDS data full access, but go for RDS full access. Then SSM parameter store. Amazing SSM full access. What have we missed? I think I missed one more. Yeah. So let me just go back. Secrets manager. Yeah, secrets manager. All right. And there is one more you got to add. This is AWS Lambda basic execution role. This will be used by the Lambda to write the logs to S3, the CloudWatch. I'll just ping it here. Okay. Oh, where is it? All right. Okay. All right.
For SSM, what is that? Can you please share it?
It's right here. SSM full access. So you do RDS to connect to RDS, S3 full access to read from S3, SNS. You have SSM, and this one is to for the Lambda to write to the CloudWatch, and this one is for secrets manager. Okay. And I'm going to just provide a name here. Let's say AWS. Every company is going to have a naming convention, so just choose whatever for now. Lambda V4. I chose V4 because I have multiple roles now, so I'm going to just say next. Create role. Okay, creating a role now. And roles are free, by the way. They don't cost you a thing. You can create them and leave them as is. They won't cost you a thing.
Sachin, I do have one doubt. Like in the earlier sessions in the first live, we have created one role to copy from one folder to other folder. For example, raw to landing. We have created one role. Whenever we place some file into raw, it automatically copies to landing.
Yeah.
Using Lambda, Go to 3, if you remember.
Yes.
For the same role, can we edit and add permission to the role and can use the same role for this to serve this purpose?
Yes. Yes.
As well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Do that if you have it. Yeah. Yeah. Just quickly tell you about what. So here you see, I want to just quickly reiterate how to read these, right? You have the permissions here, right? So you say effect is allowed. You have only two effects: allow or deny. Action is what? S3 star. Any action, read, write, or whatever, right? And then there is this object Lambda also. Not really sure what this means, but at least you know what this is. And on any resource, right? Any S3 bucket, that's what it means, okay? But in the real world, you will have restrictions here. You will have the exact the S3 name, or you'll have some patterns of S3 names, and you'll have only a few actions such as copy, read. They won't allow you to write, all of that, depending on the policies that your company has. Okay? Why do we have like this? It's because of the principle of least privilege. Okay, that's the Amazon security policy called as principle of least privilege. So for what it means is that the permissions should be very, very restrictive. Whatever is exactly required for your task to be done, only that much should be given. And because of this, what happens is, when you're working in the industry, you will have a lot of permissions issue, and you will raise a ticket and then get it resolved, and they'll add permission. So you have a lot of back and forth. Okay, with the cloud engineering team. All right, this is good now. So we have a role now. Any questions so far? Okay, thank you, Shekhar. All right, that's a good one. Okay, so now let's go to functions. So we have the layers ready, right? So let's create a function. So I'm going to create a function. You can just choose a specific function name. Let me give that. So if you scroll down.
Any role we create or something, is it like free or it's chargeable still?
A role is free.
Okay.
Role don't cost you a thing. Yeah. Even the Lambda is free actually, unless only when you run the Lambda outside of your free tier itself gives you a lot of runs. Just take it. I think it's million runs or so, I guess.
Yeah, 1 million.
Yeah. So it shouldn't cost you a lot. Okay. Yeah. So go with Lambda. So create a function here. Right. Choose author from scratch and use the same name. Because why I'm asking you to use the same name, because we will actually expand this later in future sessions where we'll try to call this with the help of step function or so. Okay, so I already have this function here, so I'll do one thing. I'll use a different one, but you don't use a different one. Okay, use the same one. Okay. All right. Runtime is going to be Python 3.10. So I think I've mentioned everything here. Yeah. Choose the Python 3.10 architecture same as what you've chosen in the layers. Okay. So Python 3.10 architecture, don't change that. Now this is where you add the role, right? Don't create a new one. Use the existing role that you already have, which we just created, right? I'll just use the one that I had before. Okay. Okay. Again, don't worry about these things at all. VPC, as I said, as I told you yesterday, if you have your RDS within the VPC and your RDS is not publicly accessible, if you have to kind of go via the virtual private cloud, you have to enable this, but I wouldn't really fiddle with that right now. Okay. So yeah, so that's it. You just author from scratch, function name, choose a proper runtime, 3.10 architecture, use the role, and create function. So we are now in development stage. We are actually developing this, right? Manually in development, right? As I've told you in the past, nothing is done manually when you go to higher environment. It's all deployed automatically. We'll show you that in future in live session. Okay, so now we have a bare bones code here, right? Bare bones code. So I'm going to just follow this here. So use this code here. I'm going to give this code to you right now, S3 to RDS. Yeah, so use that code I gave you and copy and paste. So I'll give you time later to kind of analyze what the code is, but first let's try to make it running first. Okay. So copy and paste the entire code, replace that. So here you have the small button. If you want to just use this to toggle the full screen, do that. I hope it is visible, or do I need to? I think it's visible, I guess. Okay, so here, as I said, you're importing pandas, SQL Alchemy, and yeah, PyMySQL is not here, but it's used inherently, I think. So there is one thing where you'll have to change the code slightly, I think, based on your database name. Yeah. So here in the Lambda handler on line number 154, just see what secret you used. Okay. If you go to secrets, I think I have both. So I have both here. So if you use _dev, use that. Okay. And here, just make it one. Okay. Just remove the one here because one was I had added that to do a native testing. So remove the one, line number 148.
What apart from this, any other changes you mentioned right now in the code? I'm little lagging behind. So
148 and 154.
154 is what?
Secret name.
I have to change it.
If check your secret name, what do you have in your secret, right? Exactly what? I think you probably have _dev, I think. Okay. All right, that's pretty much it. So let's now deploy this. Okay. See, deployments, it doesn't really deploy, it just saves it. Okay. Just deploy this. Okay. And then if you look at the next thing, now you got to add the layers, right? So you are using the pandas. If you run this, it will fail. It will fail for sure. Okay. Try to run it will fail. Okay. But you got to add the pandas, you got to add SQL Alchemy, right? So what you're going to do is scroll down. Okay. I got to use this button again to toggle to normal screen. Okay. See here you have the layers. Okay. Add a layer. All right, now I need pandas, right? So AWS already provides layers. The first option is where you get the layers provided by AWS. So I'm going to choose pandas Python 3.10. Okay. And we'll choose the latest version. Okay. And and add this. So remember that pandas I didn't create, right? It was already there. So now I need to add which one is it? The SQL Alchemy. So for SQL Alchemy, you have to use this one. You have this option to custom layers where you'll be able to actually choose from here. Or if you want to go to the exact ARN, you can do this. So what I can do is I can go to let's say layers and get the exact one.
So Pandas 3.10 layer, you guys downloaded already?
No, Pandas already I told you it's a part of AWS layers. AWS provides you the layers. So you
Okay,
choose.
so AWS SDK file. Okay, fine.
Yeah. And
That we have to choose, and then what you have to do?
for others, you got to add them yourself. So for others, you have this here. So which one of the latest one? Okay, we got this one, right? Latest one is this. So get the ARN. Okay, ARN has the version also. If you don't have a, you'll probably have one here because you don't have the previous version. So get the ARN, go back, specify the ARN. Okay, verify, and then compatible runtime, compatible architecture, add it. So at this point, I mean, see, the code doesn't ask you to import PyMySQL, right? I mean, if you run it, it will fail. It will say it's not present. So that's how I knew it. Okay, I had to add it. So we'll add it that also now. So add one more layer. Yeah, go ahead.
When I added SQL Alchemy, compatible runtime and description is blank.
Description, right? Yeah, it's fine. Should be fine.
So compatible runtime is also blank. It's fine.
No, compatible runtime it didn't show. Okay. I mean, basically, when you were creating it, you probably didn't choose that, I guess. So I'll tell you what. See, for this one, right? If I go to layers. Okay, sure, Neha. Thank you. All right. So can you see this one? Layers. You have a version here, right? So here it already shows me compatible runtime, compatible architecture.
Let me recreate it. Maybe. Okay.
Sachin, so how many layers you created? First, I got it that AWS layer was there for Pandas. Custom layers I'm picking up it as a SQL Alchemy version 2, but it is not giving me the option of uploading it. Your layers.
No, hold on. Yeah, correct. It's there in the third part. I'll show you now. Hold on. So Tejas, are you good with this?
Yes, I'm going to recreate it.
Okay,
Thank
good.
you.
All right, good. Okay. Just choose the appropriate runtime and compatible architecture. It may work without that, but I don't know. It can't really take it. I had to try multiple times with all these combinations and then had to make it work. So Neha, to answer your question, what we can do is you have to go to choose a third option. Specify an ARN, Amazon resource number, right? Every resource in AWS has an Amazon resource number. So go to your layer, get your resource number, version ARN, get your resource number, copy it.
No, but Sachin, I don't have a resource ARN. I got it, but then I have to upload from local, right?
That you have already done, right? You have a layer already, right? You're attaching a layer to Lambda now.
Okay. Okay, so I have layer already. I forgot. Okay, so that layers are there, and I have to find out that layer
Correct. From the
ARN
layer.
number.
Correct.
Okay, so
Okay.
Sachin, why I am not able to find the my MySQL layer with the custom layer? I mean, with the option choosing custom layers.
It doesn't show you.
Yeah, it doesn't show you. Only one only SQL Alchemy only I was able to see.
How many do you see in the layers here, right here?
Layers, I saw two layers are there. Okay.
You saw two here?
Yeah, just a minute, I'm checking.
I'm creating. I am actually also messed up something in layers. I'm only seeing one layer, so I'm deleting that and
Oh yeah,
creating.
even for me also one layer only it is there. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. We'll do one thing. Let's take it a bit
no.
slow. Okay. We'll do one thing. We'll do one thing. For others who are already have done this so far, um, just try to kind of let's just give 5 minutes for these guys. Okay. I don't want to rush through. Neha and Mohini.
Yeah.
So at what point are you stuck? Do you know the steps at least what to do now? I provided you the
Yeah, yeah. I am recreating the layers.
okay.
Yeah, I could see the two layers in the layers, but version for MySQL also we need to add the compatible 3 point Python to 3 point. That is not required, right?
It may or may not work because as I told you, I had to do multiple trial and error, and these things made me work. Just give a try.
Okay,
If it doesn't work, then you have to add it. But since you have
okay,
time, add it now. Yeah.
okay,
I
okay.
think you can also edit. I think probably you can edit. Let me just try to edit a version if you want to edit, right? Or create a version. So if you create a version, you can then choose the architecture. But you have to again upload a file.
Okay. Yeah.
Sachin, my problem is solved now. That version.
Okay.
So do you want me to delete that layer and then create it again?
Just create a version. It is fine. Create a version.
Okay, yeah, create a version. Oh, version it is not there. I mean, edit. I'm not able to edit.
You have version here. Version option. Create version.
Okay, create version.
For PyMySQL also, should we upload the installation folder?
Okay, create version again. It is
You
asking.
mean,
Yeah, correct. Yeah, if I click on create version,
yeah. So, yeah, Srivani, hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Srivani or Srivani? You can just let me know. So, Srivani, there are two different Python files I shared. The first one was for SQL Alchemy. Second one was for, let me share it again. Hold on, let me just do it again. So, which one do you want? You want one?
Both, can you share both such an AWS SQL Alchemy, PyMySQL?
Yeah, I'll do
What
it.
does this zip file differs?
Both are different packages. The names are same. That's it. The foot zip name is same, but the package are different.
This is package, right? Only the package of SQL Alchemy of one Python.zip and one package of PyMySQL, right?
Yep, yep. So I'm going to share with you SQL Alchemy.
So every package we need to make a zip and create a layer, like
Correct,
for
correct.
other things also, for pandas or matplotlib.
Matplotlib, yeah. So you may use requests, right? Requests for API based ETL. So you have to do it. Yeah. So I mean, essentially, Lambda is what? It's just like a container, right? You're just creating a folder. It's not a server. If you were doing your coding on your server, you would have the packages already installed. But Lambda is like a isolated environment, right? You have to provide it everything to run. So the first one I provided with to you is SQL Alchemy, and the second one I'll provide now is PyMySQL.
If I have these packages in my local, then I would take up the same zip files, right?
Yeah.
I
That's right.
have a local setup. Yeah.
Your in the sense your own. You're saying on your local, right?
Yes.
No, but the thing is,
Yeah.
you have to use this particular structure. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. This structure should be there. You have to zip it in this way only for it to work.
Okay. So for every package, only the SQL Alchemy is replaced with PyMySQL, and it will be replaced with pandas, same format, right? Like same command line, only the package
Yeah.
name varies.
Correct.
Everything has to follow this Python lib
Yeah.
and package side packages, right?
Yeah.
And if
Sachin,
there
I
is
have one
any
doubt.
version,
Yeah. Go ahead. Somebody. Subhani.
No, sir. Let Srivani complete. After her, I
Yeah,
can.
if there is any version error, then how can see Python? One Python will support one version of SQL Alchemy, and another Python, like lowest version, will support SQL Alchemy 1.0. If there is any version error, how do you tackle it? Since you are specifying this is a Python 3.10.
Correct. That's why I chose. Yeah, you are right about that. So it was basically mostly based on trial and error. I had to do that. Here I chose, when I was creating the layer, I actually chose Python 3.10, and that's why I mentioned the folder as 3.10. But I think if we have to do the right thing, probably yes, we have to also go a bit down deeper and then see if we are install uh, the actual 3.10 compatible SQL Alchemy. But this works for now, so I'm just sharing with you. Get the point, right? It's going to be trial and error.
Yeah, but when we run the Lambda function, then only we will get to know in which package the version doesn't support. Am I right?
Yeah, true.
But I think Sachin, every company has the which version of Python they use, right? Python 2 or 3. So depends on that they have to choose, right? Like there will be in the companies there are fixed versions.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I'll tell you what happens also, right? So generally, every company, whenever Amazon supports, releases new Python support, the previous versions are not supported by Amazon, and so there is always a process, a project in the company to upgrade your Lambdas to higher versions, and then at that point again you go through the same thing again, and you see what works, what not. You get the point, right? So yeah, you're right about that. That company, it depends on the company's policy to what version to use, because Python is open source, and so you're going to have a lot of vulnerabilities. And so when you actually scan the code through Veracode scan or so, right, you will get some vulnerabilities which you have to solve, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, it worked now. Good, Neha. Oh, CR. Okay, Shekhar. Okay, good, amazing. Shekhar, if you have done that, there is one error, not error, one bad practice in that. So try to find the bad practice in the code. We'll get to that.
Sachin, the question I have is when we install pip install for SQL Alchemy, right? We will get that directory structure where we need to have that zip file Python. For the similar MySQL, we don't have. You didn't provide any shell command.
Oh yeah, just replace it. Yeah, okay. Just replace. Yeah, as I think Mohini or probably somebody mentioned now, right? Just have this here. Just have my PyMySQL.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, good. All right. So now let's go and do good now. So let's what? How many I have added, by the way? Okay, I have added only one. No, 1 second. Add layers.
You have added two, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Let me add the third one now. In that case, I need to get the PyMySQL. So I'm going to choose the ARN here and then verify, add it. Yeah. Okay. So the layers are all added now. Okay. There is one thing I'll tell you to do before you actually run. See, this here is a module name, right? In Python, you have modules. It's a Python file, it's a module. Just rename this to some meaningful name. Whatever I have here is S3 to, let's say, RDS. Okay. Just have this here. And then since you have renamed this, just why am I doing that? Because I want to just explain the concept of handler here. Okay. So edit the handler. and change the module name here, whatever you just provided. Okay, save it. So what does handler mean? And see, if you do it on-prem, you'll have a main function, right? When the main is where the code starts running. But a Lambda, the handler is the entry point. This is the entry point. It starts here, the main function. That's what it is. That's what is mentioned here, Lambda handler in this module. In this module. Okay. So now if you try to deploy it and run it, it should work. Give a try.
Sachin,
Yeah.
can you show what you have changed right now? Where have you
Yeah.
gone?
Right here. Just look at this particular instruction here.
Yeah,
Killer,
It will not work. One thing, and it will not still work. I think you have to change something here. I think Shekhar already did this apart. I think. Okay. All right. So I changed this one. I changed the module name to a meaningful name, right? Didn't want to have a generic name there.
where to change the handler name?
Right here. Do edit here. Edit.
In runtime setting.
Yes, in runtime settings. Okay. All good. Okay. Will the handler be waiting for an event to start? No, it's just a main function. It has nothing to do with it doesn't wait. It doesn't wait. It's just a static code right now. It doesn't wait for anything. It just like it is lying there. When you trigger it, let's say through S3 event, then it gets triggered. That answers Venkat. Okay, good. All right, now let's run it. Okay, I want this to fail and let's see what happens. Let's test it. And okay, when you test it, right, it'll ask you to create an event here. Okay, just create a test event. Test event. Okay. So what is this basically is that you can pass some data to the Lambda. But right now I have no real need to do that. So I'll just leave it as it is. Okay. You can pass data in the form of a dictionary, an event JSON. I'm going to just name it as test and that's it. Save it and test it. All right. So it task timed out. You know why? Because I didn't change the configuration, right? If you go to general configuration, go to configuration here. Go to configuration. And here you have 3 seconds and here you have memory, right? So if you have gone through my record sessions and you can go till 10 gig also. Okay. This also you can increase. What is this? It's a temporary storage. I think Rupesh asked me a question other day. If you have to unzip a file through Lambda, like if you have a zipped file in S3, how do you do that, right? What you can do is you can get the file from S3 into temporary storage of Lambda. There is a temporary storage. It's ephemeral, a temporary. Only while the Lambda is running, it is there. And you can bring it the zip over there and unzip it using the there are a lot of packages for unzipping it, right? That's about this. And this could be an interview question, right? So how much temporary space it has, all of that. So memory goes till 10 gig also. And let's increase the timeout now to let's at least 2 minutes. Maximum is 5 minutes, so that's the limitation that Lambda has. Okay. And we'll talk about how we can overcome that, what we can do to do all of that later. Yeah, that will save this. Anybody lagging behind, let me know, okay? And go to code. All right, then test again. It'll still fail, I think, now because there is one thing we have not done. And also, you may also have got probably.
I got an error saying that no module import, no module name S3 to RDS.
Because, yeah, hold on, I'll tell you why. Okay, good. All right, so you got an error, no module, because you didn't probably change this one, I think. You change the handler?
Yeah, S3 to RDS is my handler. Let me
Did you change the
verify.
file name here?
Yeah, S3 to RDS dot py, S3 to RDS dot lambda handler.
Is it the exact name?
Yeah.
Just take a look. I mean, it should work. There is no way it cannot work.
Same issue I am also facing, Sachin. I am like I have added both the places, like handler and the file name. They are same, still getting the same error.
Okay, have you deployed?
Yeah. After changing the handler, do I need to deploy?
Yeah, it will show you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one I missed.
This
Okay, when
button,
I missed out.
yeah, this
Yeah.
button will get enabled here. Okay. Any change you do, you have to deploy it.
Okay.
So yeah, see, I got a message saying that the notification error reading the file. There's some error. It was not able to read the file. Notification to SNS. If you go to the mail, then you would already have the mail, right? I have a message here saying that sales job failed to load RDS table. Support team look into it. Okay.
So Sachin, I got the error like timeout error.
What error you got?
Time.
Timeout error, right? For that, go to configuration. Go to configuration and change the timeout.
Sachin, I just messaged you my error. Like it's saying error sending SNS notification and error occurred while calling the
Topic does not exist. So, what topic do you have? Check the topic name. Check the topic name and go to SNS and check the topic. Check the topic name.
1 second.
Sachin, is the timeout option actually like in configuration?
Your voice is breaking actually.
Yeah, I think where is to update the timeout?
Sorry, I mean, is it only me or unable people? Are you able to hear him?
Hello?
Just can you type your question? I mean, not able to hear you. Sorry.
Are you able to hear?
Yeah, able to hear you, but it's very breaking.
Oh, okay.
Sachin, I have a topic. It said a DEH topic, like what we did yesterday. Hello.
You have the topic, how to update timeout, right? Yeah, I'll get back to you once again. Go to configuration and then edit here. Yes. Okay, Krishna. So you have the same topic, DS topic.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Check your role. Do you have the SNS permissions? Yeah, that's right, Shekhar. That's not hardcore. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So Krishna, try to see if you have the proper permissions. Okay. Okay. Let me now try to figure out what's going on with my code. I don't know why it's not running. Let's see. Let's test it. Okay. See. All right. So here we have error occurred. Okay. Because all right. Let's do this. Okay. So why did this happen? Just curious. Did this work, Shekhar?
I'm sorry.
Sachin, I got the same error. SNS topic related error.
I have
Tejas, your voice is breaking. Error retrieving parameter file. You may not have stored the. Okay, do you have the? Okay, Tejas, just check if you have the same proper. Look at the code. Okay, let's do one thing. All of us. Let's do one thing. Okay, let's take some time and go through the code. Okay, and I hope people are comfortable with Python here. I mean, if not, put this entire code here. I tell you what, go to ChatGPT. We'll get to the issues shortly, okay? Because when you look at the code, you'll know what the issue is probably. So good, and I put the entire code here. Here's my code. Help me understand this step by step. Just do this and go through the entire code, okay? See if you are missing anything at all, right? SSM parameters, name is different, your topic name is different, you have the right permissions. See all of that. And all right, so let's just give about 10 minutes, okay? Go through that and try to figure out yourself. If not, we'll just connect back again, okay? I'll just go, meanwhile, I'll just go and grab a cup of coffee. Okay? Yeah, so Shekhar is saying that he had to, back in 10 minutes. Yeah. So meanwhile, go through the entire code. See if you can try to understand each and every line of the code. We will discuss the code also later, okay? If we've time permits today. But yeah, let's back in 10 minutes. Meanwhile, try to debug your own code yourself. And I probably you can unmute yourself and try to kind of, if somebody is available to help each other, do that. And if let's say if people who have been able to complete it well, if you want to help others, please do that. Okay, I'll be back.
Sachin, in the meantime, can you stop sharing your screen so that other people can share and get the
I'll do that. I'll stop sharing the screen. Can you share screen now? Okay, hold on. Let me just try it one. Hold on. Let me just. Okay, you can share the screen now, right? Oh, good. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Okay.
guys. If someone is not speaking, go on mute.
Hey guys, I'm back, but of course I'll just queue for another 5 minutes. But anyway, still have issues, by the way?
Sachin, I'll try to share my screen in the meantime. Can
Okay.
you please help me resolve?
Yeah, yeah. I see your screen now.
Yeah. Okay, can you see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
So here it says
Topic doesn't exist yet. Okay, do one thing. Do one thing. Now go to SNS. I want to just see SNS. Okay, DH topic. Okay. All right. See. Okay, you have used the Southeast 2, AP Southeast 2. Okay. Go back. And you are in Sydney. Okay, Sydney.
India. I'm in India.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Look at your role. Look at your role.
In the IAM, right?
Yeah, yeah. We have so you have SNS full access, right? Scroll down. SNS full access is there. Okay. Okay. Do one thing. Go to topic. Try to open the topic. DH topic. Okay. Go back to code. Um, where is the SNS here? You mentioned the SNS topic. Scroll down. Okay. ARN. Okay. Go to the main code. Go to the Lambda handler code. Hold on. So one second. SNS name. SNS name. Okay. Okay. See there. Line number 158. Okay. So I'm using US East one. You are using AP. You're using different region altogether. Yeah. For others also. So you are getting the issue. Use exact. See, you are using AP Southeast two. The ARN, right? Replace that. So for others, were you able to follow this as to why what happened? I think somebody else also faced the issue, right? Deploy.
Okay, I guess it's Mohini. Careful. She's the one who's got that.
Okay. Now try to run it. Tejas had an error also, right? Tejas also had error. What's the error?
Yeah, I have like error like secret manager related um
Okay, let's go.
error.
Look at
Can I
the
share
code.
my?
Yeah, look at the code. I mean, depends on your region where you are, right? I mean, if you are not in the US East one, you'll have to add that. Now, this he had to add this, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
so I see it's a AWS secret manager. I created a secret, right, where we have the RDS and login information, right? So in ARN, I'm checking it's a EUS East one. It's the same in the Lambda.
let's look at that. Okay, we'll look at that. But yeah, Krishna, what's the issue now?
It says invalid parameter when calling the publish operation. Invalid parameter topic ARN. Line number 139.
Go there. Go there. Yeah. Okay, exception. 1 second. No. Go back to the main function itself. Lambda handler.
In the Lambda,
Handler. Yeah, lambda handler. So here, AP Southeast 2.
RDS host and
Um,
Where does this come from? Dev RDS. Is it in the RDS?
This is the parameter name, right? The parameter name. This is fine. It's not an issue. That's issue with the SNS. All right, so let's do one thing, guys.
I guess it is underscore DUV.
Correct. Could be. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, region name. The region name you consider.
Region name. So do one thing. Yeah, do Control F and see wherever you have region name and change that. I mean, do US East 1 Control F. US East 1.
Sachin,
Yeah.
I am getting error that it is basically error with that name or service unknown. MySQL server cannot connect to the RDS and name or service not known. When I checked on Google, it is saying that probably skip name resolve parameter to 1. So what is it? I don't know. Can I share my screen?
Yeah. Hold on. Just let's do it 1 second. But just check your RDS is up and running.
RDS is up and running. I'm able to query from DB Google as well.
Okay, good. I think here's will go now. Now what is it? Error loading table, unknown database. Yeah, good. Okay, is the same error? Neha, you also have same error? Unknown database.
No.
Okay, you go to
No,
add
no,
the.
no,
Okay,
it is different.
Okay, everybody do one thing. Look at Krishna's screen, and then Krishna, I want you to go to configuration. Okay, configuration, and then go to environment variables, which is environment variables. Okay, and then here you have to add a variable here. I'll tell you what it is. Give me just 1 second. You have to add you have to add DB name, and then you add a value. Yeah, add that. So why am I doing this here, by the way? So what is the purpose of doing adding this, right? So value. So whatever is your value, right? I mean, I've said it as what it is. Keep the value as when you're creating the database. Do that.
Sorry. Can you repeat?
What was the value of the database name? I mean, was it sales DB or sales DB underscore dev?
In the B viewer.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's dev, I think. Yeah, there you go. Database name down there. I copy that. That's it, and save it. So we add environment variables just to kind of make sure that we are not hard coding the databases, and when it goes to prod, it will be underscore PRD. Okay, good. It went through, right? Okay, awesome. Save this. Good. It's all done now.
Okay.
Just look at the code and try to understand the code. I mean, for now. Yeah, Neha, you can say yes.
I'll understand. I'll stop this.
Yeah.
Okay, share. Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Lambda 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is saying that error loading a table can't connect to MySQL server on my RDS connection details. Secret from the secret manager it is taking. Name or service not known. When I checked on Google, it talks about keep name resolve parameter to custom RDS in MySQL parameter group.
No. Hold on. Let's not do it. Go back to your code. Okay, 1 second. Operational can't 1 second. Sorry. Did you add? Go to do one thing. Also add that database name in configuration.
I did.
You have the configuration. Okay, I have it here. Okay.
Sales DB dev.
You are also in US East 1, right? Okay, you are in US East 1.
Yeah.
You are able to This is very weird. Okay.
This one is working fine. PageDB
Okay,
underscore
okay,
tech.
okay, okay. Hold on. Look at the go back to error. Go back to error.
Yeah.
It should be okay. And it should be in the CloudWatch log now. Yeah, for others, you can just click on hold on, I'll tell you what. Wait to go to monitor
Okay.
and click on the view CloudWatch logs there. View CloudWatch logs. So that's how you can go to CloudWatch also, right? Okay, click on the latest one. So there you see the log. Okay. Scroll down. Okay. See, look at the host name there. HRIN3N. Host name, is
That
it
is password. That is coming as a password.
password?
This is, yep. But
No.
see, that is
One,
that is a password.
no, 1 second. Is the host name correct in the log and is your okay?
Yeah, I verified that host name is this.
Hey,
This is a
can I say
host
something?
name.
Don't try avoiding the at in the password. Sometimes that messes things up. So you have a password that has an at. I would change that to something else and try it, whether that is or not, because I've seen it mess up Oracle, other database.
Is it? Okay.
Actually, at is not preferred for a password. Like it messes because it's like you connect at something.
I would choose a simple one like admin123. But right now I think I don't know how you can change the password now. But yeah, you may have to just drop it and create one. I don't know how we can change.
No, you can modify. Like you can go to your database and hit modify, and then change your
Okay.
password. I changed it a few times. I had some issues.
Do you know the command modify?
No. Go to RDS. Go to RDS.
Oh,
Here is what you are saying, Shekhar.
Yes, if you go to modify, right? If you go to modify, yeah, you can change your master password. Do you see that? You can just change it to whatever, and then it takes a few minutes, like to update, like a minute or so.
Okay. All right. Good.
yesterday I tried to give @ in the master password, but it has thrown some error. You see here, here itself it said can't obtain any of the following
Oh
symbols
yeah,
@.
it says
How
right.
did it accept it for you?
It says
That's
can't
what I
contain.
want.
You're right about that. Can't contain at and all of that. Okay, good.
But how it allowed me?
I mean, it allows you, but it should not have. It's what it's saying, right? I mean, it probably
Okay,
allows
okay.
you.
I tried
But
it yesterday with @. It threw an error. I
okay,
don't know how it has allowed that.
maybe you are in a different region and regions. They would probably the AWS code itself is not probably in sync. Who knows? I don't know. I wouldn't think that, but again, I don't know. But yeah, so let's see. Okay, so let's try it out later. Anybody else has question? I think Tejas had a question, right?
Yeah, yeah. I let me share my screen. Are you able to see my
Yeah.
screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just one thing, right? This RDS host parameter name, which is a secret name, right? Like secret.
No. This is a parameter name. It's not secret name. It is a parameter name. If you go to SSM parameter.
Oh, so which is this?
Correct.
No, this is a secret manager.
Correct. SSM parameter.
This, this one.
Yes. You have to have, yeah, this one. Got it right about that. Yes.
Okay. So
And
it's the same name, so I was confused actually.
yeah. I think it has to have a slash, I think, right? No.
Yeah, it has a slash.
You don't have a slash in your code. Yeah, now it should work.
But this secret name is not it's a secret man.
Is it underscore dev? Check maybe underscore dev, I think.
No, this secret name is a secret manager, right? Secret manager is without a slash.
Okay.
So
Fine. Oh, okay. Understood. Deploy it. Deploy it first.
yeah, I changed it.
Secret name will not have the slash. You are right about that. So did everybody go through the code? I mean, any I hope the code is pretty straightforward, right? I mean, it's a productionized code. I mean, you have everything modularized into different functions. with proper error handling everywhere. See, it works fine now, right? Yeah, I was able to load it. Absolutely. Okay, good.
Oh, this is success because
Yes, it says it. Data successfully loaded. Look at that. Function logs. Good.
oh, table loaded successfully.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Amazing. All right. Good. So yeah, Shekhar, you're right about the improvement. We'll talk about that now. Absolutely. You are way ahead, Shekhar. All right. For those who are really not data engineering folks or cloud folks like Ashutosh or I think Aishwarya or Safiya, right? Or even Mahesh. Hope you're able to follow what I'm saying. So I think what I'll do is okay. We have 12 4. We have done a good amount of hands-on now. So let's discuss how we can enhance this, and probably in the next class we can enhance it. Okay, but are you able to follow what's being done here? I mean, technically, you're doing this, but as to why we are doing it, are you able to follow that? For those who are not from data engineering and cloud background, I want to ask you guys.
Yeah, Sachin, I'm able to follow what you are like, what hands-on, but I'm not able to comprehend all of this. Like it is taking little time. Like why we are doing this.
Okay,
And all
let's
that.
discuss that now. Okay, Tejas, what's your background, if I may know?
I'm a SQL developer and a GCP engineer, like GCP mostly I work on.
GCP.
Google Cloud.
Okay. All right. Shekhar, what is it, Shekhar? Integrating various
No, you were asking like, do you guys understand what? So basically, you're just trying to integrate the various AWS services and trying to show us how they connect with each other and the circumstances they can be used in.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely, Shekhar. Thank you. All right. So let's discuss now. So what we have, okay, what have we done now, right? So as I said in the beginning as well. By the way, if your job has not failed, try to fail it. Okay, just change the file name and then make it fail. You'll get an email sent to your email address saying that support team look into it. Okay, test that out. Okay. So what have we done now, right? So as I said, this is the simplest of use case where you have a reference file. You're trying to just load into a table. Okay, no transformation at all. A reference file or a lookup file. Okay, and as I mentioned, there is a bit of a problem in the code. We have a hard coding over there. Let me, in fact, open that and share with you guys. So what you can do, or we can do next week, or probably if you have time, just do it before that. Let me share my screen. Okay. So if you look at the main handler here, I'm actually, okay, this is my different one. This is my latest one. So in my previous code that you guys used, we have a hard coding here. Okay. But what I've done, what I wanted to try it out is, as I said in the previous section as well, as soon as the file lands in S3, that Lambda should get triggered. Lambda should know what file it has, what file triggered it. And you come to know with the help of event. Okay, this is what an event is. Whatever triggered the Lambda will get stored in the event. Let me just mute you guys, whoever is not talking. Okay. So you get to know what file triggered. So try this out, okay? That is one I want you to try it out. And secondly, we should see what is the process, what is the best practice, how things going to happen in the real world, right? So as I said, you have your S3 bucket here. Some other team is going to upload the file here. And we have tried the event-driven orchestration, which I want you to try, right? We can do this way. Where is it? Try it out, and we can do it probably next week or the week after that, depending on how much time we have. But I'll give you a overview of what you should do next to enhance this and make it better, make it even productionized. So you got to create an event in S3. You have an event which you did last time. The event's target should be this Lambda. The file lands, Lambda gets triggered, and the Lambda code now knows what file triggered with the help of this one. Okay. Let me just add that. I'll share this with you. Okay. Don't worry about that. I'll share this code with you. Okay. And then what will happen? What happens next, right? Where is my, okay. What happens next? You loaded the data into your RDS. RDS. The file is still in the raw folder, right? Ideally, you should move it to archive. It's already processed. So after it's loaded data, your code should use Boto3 again to move from raw to archive. Archive, and then you need to have maze, and then have a date here, right? DD YYYY. Okay, and then you have your file name here. So it move from raw to archive automatically. So if you look at my code here, where is it? So I have the same bucket here, same bucket. And then if you look it down, I am using the archive function here. So move the file to archive. So if I go to this one, it's right here. Okay, move the file to archive. So it will just move the file to archive, and if I show you how it looks like. So it should go to archive, and then what application maze, and then you have a date here. What date was archived? So that is what you should do. And what happens after this, right? What is the point of saving the files here for a long time? There is no point. I mean, unless you have a legal requirement to save the files, don't need to save the files. What you should do is you should use a lifecycle rule, which we talked about, to delete the files after 15 days. Add a greater lifecycle rule. Okay. And have a rule here. Specify the filter, the prefix, the path where you want to delete, archive/maze. Okay. And then delete permanently. You may have one of the options here. Delete. Yeah, I think this. Probably it's this one. These are those. Okay. Delete after, let's say, 2 weeks, 15 days. Or you can try it after 3 days. Okay, just for your testing. All right. Just try it out, and then that's pretty much it. Okay, that's how we do in the real world as well. Okay, that is one thing which I wanted to try. Okay, I will share this thing with you guys. Okay. I'll share this code. This code that I used last time, I'll share with you now, so that you can, or you can just go to ChatGPT and enhance your code. As simple as that. Do you want this code? Let me know. Otherwise, you can just use ChatGPT. It will put the entire code that you have, which is running right now in ChatGPT. Tell it that I want to enhance it. It will give you the entire code. Okay. All right. So we have 20 minutes more.
Sachin, one question.
Yeah.
Right now we are running the Lambda and we are getting the errors, right? What if I wanted to debug by myself, like putting the debug breaking point and do it? Is it possible in a local to do that? Because that way it's more easy to see, like, where exactly it's breaking and what's, like, I can visualize it, what data it's taking or.
Okay. So what I would say, debugger, right? Python. You're talking about a Python debugger. Is that?
Sachin, I have a small thing for this. Because when you're trying to run, when you're running into an error, if you go through the code or the error snapshot, you'll be given at which line it is throwing an error. Through that you can debug.
No, but it just give you the final error, right? You cannot visualize like what had happened, each and every variable or function.
Yeah, that's true. Like what you're
So,
looking at the PyCharm or something you're saying.
yeah, that's what I was.
Right. So if you now, so the next week's task is to go through section 5. In section 5, I start with doing it in PyCharm first. We do the coding on the on-prem, and then take the code to AWS. So go to section 5, and yeah, you can use PyCharm there. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And also you can, in fact, also do the development for Lambda on-prem also. There is a way to do that. You just I haven't done that. Usually what I do is I do on-prem using my own PyCharm, and then I run the whole code on-prem and then take it to cloud. But if you want to run the Lambda code itself as is on PyCharm, there is a way. I think you'll have to just Google that. I mean, there is a way. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so yeah, that's right, CR. Absolutely. That's what I was saying you. Locally debug Lambda function
Oh,
with AWS toolkit. You're right. All right. Any other question, guys? Okay. Okay, we still have 15 minutes more. So what I'm going to do is this is a pretty interesting one. But I don't think we'll have much time. So let's do this next time. Okay. What we'll do is we'll have a shell script created on our local, and then we'll just try to run the shell script. It'll push the file. It'll do end to end. Push the file, and then that will trigger it. We'll do everything, right? But if possible, whatever I talked to you today, do this. If not, we'll do it next week. Okay. Um, and yeah, so let's talk about the resume task. What have you learned so far? Let's try to digest what you learned so far, right? Because there are a lot of moving parts. I think Tejas or somebody said that you're trying to follow difficulty in following, right? So let's do that. So let's go to resume tasks here. Yeah.
Sachin, one more thing before going on. It's like most of the things when we are working on this, right? You are saying most of the things for cloud engineering people who will be doing most of the stuff for us. And to be frank, whenever you're trying to say, and then I'm able to follow, but all of it. All of it kept it in a single place. If I try to remember after 15 minutes, everything is going on loss for me. Not sure if it is only for me or for all, but I'm just going through all the things, but all the options, sub options, whatever you have given, right? Nothing I am able to remember, if at all, if I'm trying to look through it or look through the code, and then where should I map it? This mapping is not happening for me. Is it just because this is the very first time we are viewing this AWS, or is it the same even for nodes?
Yeah, I think if others can answer, but I think it's the first time you're doing it, frankly. AWS has a lot of moving parts. And that's why I always recommend, right? Just whatever I speak, I mean, just note down in your notes uh, because a lot of stuffs are cloud engineering function, right? I mean, even on-prem also you have Unix admins, you have DBS. So you're able to clearly distinguish over there who's going to do what. But when it comes to cloud, yes, it's not a one-to-one mapping, but now since I'm telling you which functions are yours, which functions are cloud engineers, if you're able to actually take down the notes and then go through that again, it should be fine. Yeah, of course, one time you'll not be able to get everything, right? That's why, I thought we'll do the hands-on too, and then we'll not just do hands-on once, right? There's a Lambda one. We'll do hands-on based on Athena and based on also on, probably Glue also. So when I repeat this multiple times, you'll be able to then realize, for example, every service, Athena will also need role, Glue will also need role. So I'll repeat the same thing. I'll say, okay, you got to go to cloud engineering team, right? Uh, you also need to have S3 over there. So again, I will repeat the same thing again and again multiple times. So at least it gets etched into your minds. Okay. Others are also finding it difficult. I mean, if somebody is finding it difficult, let me know. It'll help me tailor the content better. Okay. All right. Following along. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay. So let's now do one thing. Let's not just try to do hands-on only. Also, try to digest it on a higher level as to what we've done so far, right? So working on a Lambda-based ETL now to load a, let's say, a reference or a lookup file. Okay. So what have we done so far? We have worked with the data mart on RDS MySQL to load the data from S3. Okay. And who sent the data to S3? S3 data was sent into S3 by a source application team through cross account access. And I understand that these terms might be new and might be alien a bit. So that's why I try to kind of repeat this multiple times so that you're able to follow along. And that's why, I messaged yesterday. I mean, if you're not from the data engineering background or cloud engineering background, let me know. It'll help me tailor the content better and help me see how I can make it better for you guys. Right. And then so you can say that, you worked on lifecycle rules to delete the archived data. And you can also say that used Boto3 to interact with SNS, with SSM, with RDS, right? What else? Am I missing anything? That's it, right? Yeah. Yeah. And
Secret manager.
secrets
Yeah.
manager,
Mm.
secrets manager, right? So it's the question was from whom? Was it Ashutosh or somebody else? See, even when you use Redshift, we'll talk about Redshift later, you will still use secrets manager. You will use the same thing, SSM parameter. These things will not change. Only IDs will change, right? So that way, when you have multiple rounds of this, should get etched in your mind. Yeah. So you worked with cloud engineering team, cloud DBAs, and let's say you also worked with, data analyst, who are your end users of your data, the testers, right? Testers of data. And then you worked with data modelers and source team to understand data, right? The data and form the, of course, all data, and worked with, let's say, in this case, there is no transformation here, but if you kind of, we'll talk about the enhanced one later next time, in which case you'll work with the business analyst or data analyst to understand the ETL or business logic. So we didn't do any ETL now, right? We just trying to load the data as is. So, but if we do that, this is what we would have done, business logic. Okay. And what have we used so far? We have used, let's say, just list down them, right? That's so that we'll keep on enhancing this so that this becomes your resume later, right? So far we have used with IAM. We have used IAM. I mean, you know what IAM is, right? So again, you don't really create roles, but you know what IAM is because you are using the role in Lambda and so, okay. So IAM, you secrets manager, you work with SSM parameter store. And then you kind of worked with, let's say, RDS, MySQL, right? And then you also now, I mean, you worked with data mart also, right? Data mart, okay. And you worked with Lambda. In Lambda, you worked with created layers. Okay. So far, you also used S3 also, right? And or S3 event-driven orchestration, S3 event-driven orchestration, right? So you have also S3 also, right? S3 here, S3. That's good, right? What else do you think you can do? You have done?
Performance tuning. I'm not sure, Sachin, how much we can add.
Yeah,
with Lambda.
we haven't done any performance tuning yet. Okay, on this yet, right? So we haven't done any performance tuning yet. So see, the performance tuning on Lambda is going to be, let's go back to Lambda. So let's say, see, we had a small data set here, right? It's going to be at multiple levels, one at the code level itself. So we are using pandas here, okay? We are using pandas, but if you know about polars, it's a pretty faster package than pandas, similar to pandas, but faster than, pandas. So you can say you worked with polars to kind of make sure that you are able to finish the code within 5-10 minutes or so, okay? Or you have done all of that. Okay, other thing is what you can do at the Lambda level. Let me just 1 second. You able to skip a screen now or no? Are you able to see screen?
Yes.
Okay, fine. At the Lambda level, if you look at the general configuration here, see, sometimes your data is more, okay, and this 128 MB is not sufficient. You have to increase the memory here. You will probably go in increments of this, and then you'll try to increase it till 10 GB, whatever it is. So this could also probably help you in tuning. I mean, again, you have to try it out. There is really no hard and fixed rule, but this is one thing you can try. Other thing is, if you have pandas, you probably can use polars also. Or there are other ways in Python too, right? Like if you do multi-threading also you can do, I think. But I mean, that's an advanced concept of Python, but I think Arindam probably here knows about that. Arindam, I think you worked on that, multi-threading. Okay. So that's about that. And yeah, so let's say if you have a job and if you have a restriction that you have to use Lambda only, even though it takes more than 15 minutes, what do you do then, right? Interview question: what do you do if your Lambda is not finishing on time, it's running out of time, but you don't have an option to use some other service like Glue? Like yesterday, Arindam was saying that in his organization, Glue is not allowed. That's pretty possible, right? Some organizations do their own due diligence and they allow services to be used, not to be used. In that case, you'll have to break this down. You have to break this down into this processing into multiple lambdas. That's going to be very, very complicated, right? You read a file and then you process into chunks. Then you do a checkpointing somewhere. All go to be the code level. Then you'll have the next lambda triggered, which will going to check the checkpointing, see if you have a more data to be processed or not. So it's going to be like that. So it's going to be very, very complicated, right? You get the point, right? I'm not saying, right? Is it clear now? At least you get the point as to what we have to do when we have to break it down, right? It's going to be at the Python level only.
But if we break down, right, even particular operation is still taking time. What should we do? Like,
yeah, so I mean, if you have exhausted all your options, if you think that this is the best you could do, then you have to go to Glue. Glue, we also have Glue Python shell. We'll see all of that. We can also just run pure Python code in Glue, not just Spark, but pure Python. This entire code can be put into Glue and then run over there. In Glue, we have 48 hours as a limitation, not 15 minutes. 48 hours.
okay. And Sachin, I was reading this Lambda since after you explained me last week, this cold state and hot state, like that's what will it be covered in the next sessions, or like just I'm just trying to in the performance tuning itself, it was one of the point where I read like.
Oh yeah, cold start, right? Oh yeah, that okay. Yeah, you can go with that option also, but that comes with a higher expense. Yeah, you right about that. You see the lambdas generally. First of all, the lambdas are see cold start. What it'll do, right? It will just help you to get started faster. What this means is that see when a lambda is triggered, it is not warm. I mean, it's not waiting for it's not really spun up. In spite of that, the lambda is very fast. It gets triggered immediately. But even if you need much more faster response from the lambda service, let's say you need sub-second latency. I don't believe we have. I'm not sure if we have any use case in the data engineering as such where we have unless you have you're dealing with, let's say, a front end application and lambda is trying to process the data and storing data in DynamoDB. In that case, probably you may want to have the lambdas warm, right? Warm, they're already waiting for you. They're always up and running, ready for you to kind of fire, right? Is that clear?
Yes, I got it. So because we don't have that scenario much in the data engineering.
Yeah.
So, but maybe these event-driven some systems, you're saying like front end or some they need at that time you explore that option.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. 12:28. 2 more minutes to go. How was the session, guys? I mean, was it good? Was you able to follow everything? I know there were some issues with the code, but you're able to at least resolve that, I believe, right? So
it was great, Sachin. Actually, like I can relate to what I do with what I do in the companies versus here. I can relate to pretty much everything.
yeah. So and you know what? Before you guys leave, actually, right? Can we let's have a hot seat next week, right? What I mean by hot seat, right? So I want one of you guys to really do the tasks, right? I'm going to just share that go to section 5 first of all, finish that. And I told you about yesterday event-driven orchestration, right? And then archival through Boto3 and then have a lifecycle rule. And then also, you can also do this, right? You can also do some additional stuff. It's a challenge for you guys, right? We have loaded data now, 1-to-1, into a normal table. But in reality, you will have a stage table where you truncate and load, truncate the whole table and load. And then from that table, you move to another table, right? And that another table is where you have upsert, update else insert. And that table structure may be, let's say, your aggregated table, summary table, right? The file is this. What does the file have? If I open the file here, you have unit price, total profit, right? So you can probably ask ChatGPT to get the entire content on ChatGPT. Say, this is my table here. Give me another DDL to aggregate based on total profit, total cost, and based on country, and then have a DDL. So one layer is this, where you just load everything as a stage and truncate load. The next table, aggregated load, where you do upsert, but you do transformations here. You do aggregated data. So can somebody take a challenge and then do this, and then explain this in the next 20 minutes, right? First 20 minutes to all of us. That way, also have the story ready, right? Also have a story ready, right? When somebody asks you, what is your project? This project is the one that you worked on. You can talk confidently. So that way you also get practice with your interview as well. And I and others can also contribute to, to refine your answers, right? So if somebody wants to take up this challenge, let me know right now.
Sachin, I can do it, but where is the challenge? Can I get some concrete details on what the challenge is?
Yeah, I'll also post it in the WhatsApp community. As I said, right, the challenge is this. What I've done so far is, let me just note it down. I'll just do it. I'll post everything in the chat. Okay, I'll just verbally write it, tell you what it is. So again, we have just loaded the file as is, 1-to-1. The challenge is this. Now we have to truncate load that, and then load the aggregated content based on the country item type, do a sum of your total profit or average profit, average total cost, or whatever, total revenue, whatever, the metrics, into a second table, which is going to be your upsert, update else insert. Okay. Do that, and also do the end-to-end thing, right? As soon as the file comes into S3, again, if you can, I'll share, if you want, I can share with you the shell script, but if you ask ChatGPT, it will give you a shell script also. So as soon as you upload a file through a shell script in Git Bash, Lambda gets triggered. It loads to the stage table, and then it also loads to stage table. It also loads to the main table, aggregated table. And then after it loads, it sends an email to the data analyst, saying that loading is done. If it fails, send it to support team, right? And then do archival to another, move to archival, then to lifecycle, do everything. So, and then have your story ready, right? What you are exactly, why you're doing it, right? What services you have used. So if you can do that next week, 20 minutes, all of us can learn from you, and then we can refine your content, and people can, be ready with their interview question on their Lambda-based project. What say? Is it clear?
Yeah, sounds good. And you said you'll post it in the WhatsApp also. Just
yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll do that. Okay, awesome. Safi, you're saying how would that code work? Yeah. So we are modifying the code, right? So the secrets manager secret. Yes. So secrets manager secret, right? Okay, this is a good question. Can I take it next week, Safia? I'll just copy this. It's all at 12:30. So, and it's late in India as well. So I'll take it next week. And yeah, okay, good. All right. We can also use queue or stream data to write SNS or Venkat Ramanan, what's your question here? We can also queue or stream data, right? We can stream data in using Kinesis, not SNS. SNS is only for publishing a message. That you have published a message and then subscribers get the information.
But is it like
Kinesis is real time, where you stream the data. Queuing is through SQS. We'll talk about SQS in the future.
SNS is just for notification, right?
Yeah,
Nothing.
generally notification, absolutely, a notification it's like a for building this event-driven orchestration, right? I mean, if you want to chain the jobs through the event-driven stuff, you can do this. Like, for example, you can also have this Lambda publish a message to SNS, and that SNS can also have another Lambda subscriber, which will get triggered when the message is published. So all of that can be done. Okay. All right, guys, 12:34, almost 10, I think it's 10 p.m. in India. Let's see you next week. I hope it was good. If you have any questions, feel free to get back to me. And if you like it,
Sachin, I do have only one question. Like, have you posted yesterday's recording, or will you post today's and yesterday's both in a single go?
I have already posted yesterday's recording.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. And yeah, if you like this, please leave a detailed feedback, on WhatsApp, LinkedIn, or on my email. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Good night.
Bye.
Yeah, Sachin, are you there?
Yeah, I'm
In a
here.
minute, actually.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Sachin, actually, yesterday I was just discussing with you, right? Means I was just pinging you regarding that
Yeah.
kind of
We
like
can talk. We can talk. Yeah, we
kind of
can talk.
position.
Let me hold
Actually,
on. Let me just stop share recording. We're done, right? So hold on.
yeah, sure.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you all. Bye.